Welcome back to the channel and to the back nine of this competition round at my home course. Made a sumptuous start, having made a 1 under par front nine, and we're sliding on to the second nine with high hopes. Don't forget to stick around till the end where you get to see the analysis of the round, and we're going to get straight into this. This is the last time you'll see the mats as the qualifying course is back out, and this was filmed a couple of weeks ago. 10th hole then, short par 3. Relatively straightforward and not much wind to think about, so hopefully I can stick this pretty tight. Yellow shot tracer moving just left of the flag, but it looks pretty good. And we're on the green and we're putting for a makeable birdie attempt. Or it would be if I had any sort of semblance of decent putting stroke. Hello? That's so annoying, that was so close. But a tapping par, and we'll take those treats on the first. Put a little orange tag next to this hole because it's quite a long par 4, difficult tee shot, and we'd be happy with a par here in all honesty. Driver in hand, sliced a bit, needs to sit down, heading towards the tree line. No idea if that's okay or not. Thank goodness we've just about got away with this. A few trees around, but not really an issue. Just a pitching wedge in hand to this green. Actually a decent opportunity and a great angle from this perspective, although a bit further right than I'd have hoped. And I've hit a nice one, I think, getting down on my haunches to see where it's gone, but look at this. About 8 feet for birdie. Yeah. Unfortunately not. And just another tap in par, and we're still level par, and we're under. Still enjoying myself here. Par 4 12th, longest par 4 on the course, 425 yards even from the mat. What on earth was that? That was not one of my better swings, and that is way right of target. So far right, in fact, that we've missed the trees, and although it's about 160 yards to go, this is only a 9-iron because it plays downhill, downwind, and I've got to fly a line. I've given that everything I've got, thinking I'd need it to get there because my 9-iron only goes 140 yards. And I've gone way long. Nice little backdrop for this putt, but this is a good 45 to 50 feet and I've had to give it a good smack. And I've actually done a decent job, although I've sort of hit it so far that it's onto a bit of a downslope. Oh, that's ugly though. Didn't like the look of that whatsoever, and that's 3 stabs and the first bogey, and we're back to level. But another opportunity here on this shortish par 3. Only a pitching wedge in hand here, going straight at the pin. Looks like I've tugged that a little bit, but it's actually holding quite nicely against the wind. And what a lovely shot it was. We've got a pretty much straight away put up the hill here. I've not hit it though, noodle arms in full effect, and yet again we're just making a par. On to the first par 5, and one of only 2 on the whole course, and time to make hay, one would think. All the way back on the white tee box here, which is as far back as you can get. Gave that some welly, and that is very nice off the tee. Probably just going to be right half of the fairway, but no complaints whatsoever. And you'd like to hope that we can make birdie from this position. This is only about 200 yards, but plays at least 10 yards downhill. Green in between those trees. Tugged it though. This needs to get lucky and quick. It's not got lucky, it's clipped the left-hand tree and we're 40 yards short, and quite a lot of slope here down to this flag. Very difficult to judge. And as you can see, I've made a complete balls up of that, and I've not even made it to the green. So we're now putting for birdie from short, and this isn't exactly easy. And this is getting messy. This is now for par, and this is not an easy putt. Not certainly one to be aggressive with. And oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Not many words to describe that aside from poor. And that's a bogey, and we're over par for the first time. And we need to make some stuff happen here. Another mat, 15th. Not a particularly difficult hole from this position. Would be off the very back, but we're not there. And that's a decent tee shot. It might just miss the fairway left, but we'll take it. just about got away with this, and this is only 90 yards in, slightly uphill. Trees shouldn't be an issue. Chipped a little 52-degree wedge, and I've played a nice one, looks very good. Bit difficult to tell until you get to the green, but this is a very makeable putt. Needs something to drop. That would be lovely for the confidence. Never mind. Head's starting to spin somewhat. Can't reach the hole, and another par. Putting has been very average, to say the very least. And last par 5, another downhill one, massive, even off the mat, which is forward of the normal tees. And I've thrown everything into that, including the kitchen sink. Don't know how I got that in the golf bag, but it's somewhere about. And that's not too bad. Not too bad at all. Hybrid in hand, about 240, but playing 210. Tree's not an issue again, even though I'm right of the fairway. Uh-oh. That's a long way further right than I would have hoped, and it's headed to the hazard. Unfortunately, it didn't find my ball, so I've had to drop, and now playing 4th on this position. That's grim. Had to go over a bunker, didn't make it. Problems occurring. This is 5 now. Got to get up and down for bogey. Not too bad. People are up our arses as well, which is making me rush, and I'm getting a bit scrambled. Bogey putt. Oh no. Double bogey it is. That does not make for good viewing. Let's segue to the Krent. Pink shot tracer. Let's forget about what just happened on the 16th, because that was horrific to watch and do, and I'm embarrassed. I'm sorry you had to see that. 2 holes left then, and you've got to think my mind's in shambles and I'm in turmoil. That was a 9-iron, and I've somehow managed to go long, and this is not easy. The green's sloping massively away from me, and we really need to get up and down. Don't know what that hand gesture was. Think I wanted it to go right as we look at it, but this is a nasty little putt. Probably a foot of break. Drained it though. Confidence back, if that's even possible at this stage. Don't know what I'm thinking. On to the last. Lovely view, lovely looking sunlight, and a short par 4 to finish. Terrible golf swing, however. Somehow got away with it, and we're in the fairway. There I am on the right of screen, playing a bit of a flop shot from 45 yards because I've got to go up and over a bunker. Not much green to work with, and I've missed it a bit left of screen as we look at it. This for birdie then, and to finish on a high note, after what can only be described as a complete capitulation and catastrophe. And yet again, nothing's dropped today, and that'll be a par for a finishing 4 over par round, which, having started the 9 at 1 under, that is absolutely abysmal. And here are the stats that don't make for good viewing. Just a sea of red. 2 fairways set us up for disaster. Somehow managed to make 6 greens, but no birdies. 6 pars is alright, but 2 doubles and a triple with 19 putts is just abysmal. And we're going to forget about this very quickly as we watch Krenty tidy up for his par, which he hasn't done, and that just about says it all. But I'll see you again next week for a new episode. Bye, everybody!